What's up, my gnomies? It's episode 30 of Dour Gnome Adventures with Mark.
Hey.
Dimitri.
Hey.
Brian.
B.
Matt.
I don't know what the B is for.
Dimitri said A.
And me, your GM, Ryan. But I don't really matter.
We don't mind.
It's not nice.
You're right. He isn't nice.
Nor does it matter.
But I was giving.
Giving crits.
No, I was taking them this time.
Oh, that's nice.
I think that's 2 episodes in a row that I was taking crits. But speaking of last episode, who wants to recap?
I don't remember that far back.
We had a big old fight. There were many cultists, and we also fought a fiend called a Sithnagat of the Klipoth type.
Yes.
And there was another word in the name of the monster that literally is in a language that I simply do not understand.
Yeah, Vlorian. Vlorian Sithnagat.
I don't like that. Don't like that at all.
And you did some discovery around the spires here. And what did you find out?
Each of them represents one of the sins associated with the Rune Lords.
Well, the spires themselves are just spikes, but we figured that they actually go down into the core of the island, and they were the pillars that we saw downstairs. But in front of the spires were statues of the Rune Lords' marks.
No, not statues, but just rock formations in the dirt.
I'm sorry. I think you said statues last time, but we'd have to go to the tape for that.
Glyphs.
It's rock.
I think they were statues of the glyphs.
The big thing, though, from last episode, level 3?
Yeah.
How big is level 3?
I don't know. Cinderspark, why don't you tell us how big level 3 is for you?
Well, not terribly big because I'm small sized. But I get a skill increase, a general feat, a skill feat, and I pick up Deny Advantage as a rogue, which is nice.
Ooh. Tell me about Deny Advantage.
Okay. Deny Advantage. As someone who takes advantage of openings, you are careful not to leave such gaps yourself. You aren't off guard to hidden, undetected, or flanking creatures of your level or lower, or creatures of your level or lower using surprise attack. However, they can still help their allies flank. So it's uncanny dodge.
Okay.
And the increase in the skill increase that I got from leveling up, I threw into athletics, making me an expert there. The skill feat, I picked up skill training to become trained in another skill, which I used to get trained in medicine, so I can, actually do that. And the general feat I picked up was toughness, because you really can't have too many hit points. This toughness increases your maximum hit points by your level, which will level up with me as we level up, which would be nice, because it's, again, 1 more hit point per level. Hooray. And it also reduces the DC of recovery checks by 1, which is also nice, because, I'd rather not die.
Okay. Speaking of hit points, where are you sitting?
We are currently sitting at 43.
You also became a little bit harder to hit?
Yes, well, that's a side effect of your proficiency going up as you level.
Anything else exciting?
I saw a dog die. That was cool. But no, that's what I get from leveling up, aside from all of my skills getting improved along with the rest of the proficiency.
Okay. Recog.
Honestly, the thing that is most exciting at this level is because I am 3rd level. That means I get 2nd rank spells.
Okay. 2nd rank spells.
Yeah.
What are you thinking for? How many do you get?
I have 2 slots. I'm not 100% sure. I need to look up again exactly how I gain these spells. I'm wondering if, I think it's one of those, the Harbinger will be holding on to whatever he is, my living spellbook.
Whispers in your ear.
Yep. So, I have 2 2nd rank spell slots. I'm very excited by them.
Actually,
what did you? What are you putting in those?
I ask
you don't need
if those are refreshing or not? Because Bob was out of rank 1s.
No, they're not gonna refresh.
Then what about rank 2s? Bob starts at 0 of 2 until we rest. Yeah, Bob's a spontaneous caster. Unless those slots start out filled, Bob's going to be without level 2 spells until we rest.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I think you guys would need to rest to get those.
All right, that's fine. That gives us more time to consider our choices.
Gotcha.
All right. Anything else for Cog?
I get a feat. I took...
So between you and Cinderspark, you got 2 feet?
Yeah.
I got 2 feet.
I only got a general feat at this level, but I did take continual recovery. The timeout for treat wounds is not an hour anymore for me. It is 10 minutes.
Okay.
Well, specifically, it's people who you treat wounds.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a nice one, because then you can just keep doing treat wounds every 10 minutes on the same person until they're healed.
It makes it so, for example, Bob doesn't have to spend spell slots on healing.
Mm-hmm.
And also my medicine went from 4 to 7, which makes healing a much better percentage proposition.
Yeah, I believe also if you're an expert, you can also use you could bump the DC to 20. And by doing so, a success would get you 2d8 plus 10 healing versus just 2d8.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. So, but you do have to bump the DC to 20. And the way I'm going to adjudicate that is you have to decide if what DC you're going to heal at, not just automatically bump it to the next one if you
that makes
it. So
I can go next if you'd like me to.
Okay. Second. Anything else for Cog?
No, it's kind of slim. I just get the skill feat, and I mean, like, my stuff bumps up, but I think everybody's stuff bumps up.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. All right, Bob, if you're ready and raring to go.
Close enough. So, like for Cog, Bob gets second rank spells at this level, but Bob also gets signature spells. So normally you have to learn a spell at a different rank in order to cast it. At rank 1 or rank 2, you'd have to learn it twice. Bob can say, this spell is my signature spell, and I can just heighten it or lower it at will. Because I know one version of my signature spell, I can cast it at whichever rank I'd like. I have to pick those, but once I pick them, I do have some opportunities to repick them every once in a while. For skill increase, Bob is going with performance, because expert at performance lets Bob attempt to fascinate up to 4 targets at once. Which
I don't like that.
Yes, exactly. That's why I picked it. Bob also gets reflex expertise, which bumps his reflex save to expert, and it's actually his best save at the moment. And Bob gets a general feat, and for my general feat, I decided to go with untrained improvisation, which gives me a proficiency bonus to any skill Bob isn't trained in, equal to level -2. So at the very least, I can roll whatever I currently have no points in at +1.
Okay. All right. Anything else fun?
No, that's the entire list. Well, I mean, hit points went up, and if Cinderspark didn't decide to get tougher at this level, we would have been even at 40. Yes.
Yeah, I only have 30 hit points.
Have you decided what spells you're taking?
Well, you just told me it doesn't matter until I sleep, so no.
Okay. Still working that magic out. Okay. Well, that leaves us with Borm. Has Borm figured out level up?
Yeah, kinda. So Borm at 3rd level gets a general feat, which nothing really blows up Borm's skirt. Apparently, attack of opportunity is a 6th level feat, I believe. So he's potentially going to take an ancestry feat. More to come.
Okay.
More importantly, he gets a skill increase as well. as I think utilitarian as it would be to take something that I'm currently not trained in, I think RP-wise, he'd probably want to take intimidation since he attempts to use coercion and such pretty often, so I'm going to do that. I think that you bumped it up from trained to expert. Is that how that works?
Yes, it is.
Do keep in mind that now that the skill is expert, you have other feats available to you that previously you couldn't pick up because you weren't an expert.
Yeah, the healing one that I took is that way.
Yeah. There's nothing. Yeah. Okay, so this is getting out of character, out of game. I have an RP idea, and then there's the optimization one, right? Like, I have one intimidation feat that is coercion that I had actually used on Bob, very specifically.
And it worked.
It requires a minute of talking, so there's not a lot of, like, opportunity to use that when we immediately go into combat, you know? So I want to explore the intimidation feats available at expert to find something that might be a little bit more useful than coercion, which I took. Which is why I just need a few more minutes. The interesting thing, though, is I get a new class feature, which is Blessing of the Devoted. And I can pick from one of three things. Blessed Armament, Blessed Shield, or Blessed Swiftness. Ryan, the question I have for you is the reason I've been dealing so much damage is that sword that I had was actually not just a +1 greatsword, but a +1 striking greatsword.
That's the runic weapon spell you've been getting, yeah.
Right. Blessed Armament would gain the Armament's critical specialization effect, which I've not looked into, but I could also do a property room of my choice from a following list. And I assume that that does not work with striking. I wanted to confirm that. I get Fearsome, Ghost Touch, Returning, Shifting, or Vitalizing.
Right. So, and that's like a free rune to it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll work fine with the striking. So there's the property runes and there's the, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on what the runes are.
Potency
runes. So potency runes are your +1, +2, etc. Then there is your fundamental rune, which gives you like the striking, and then the property runes on top of that. So yes.
Then I'm going to take Blessed Armament, and or I can prepare daily and switch the runes as I see fit.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is, I think Ghost Touch would be beneficial.
Do you have to stick with one like armor or weapon, or can you switch between?
It says select one weapon. You gain that armament's blah, blah, blah. During your daily preparation, you can change the spirit to inhabit a different armament, grant a different rune, or both. So it's basically, if I get a new weapon, I just wait till the next morning and I can update it. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of my level. It's really just digging through the general feats to find something beneficial.
Okay, cool. All right. So you guys cleared out the top up here. You guys got a lot of information. There is a path that goes off. It walks right out to the edge, and it overlooks 50 feet down into it's on the east side, and it looks out over the ocean.
Okay.
I mean, we could walk over there and look out over the ocean.
Yes, it's a lovely view. What?
You could watch the sunrise if it hadn't already risen.
It's a GM prompt, so you go and you do it.
If the GM says you should go look at the ocean, maybe you should go look at the ocean.
If all the other party members went to look at the ocean, would you go look at the ocean?
Nope.
Yeah, why not? So I could go look at the ocean.
And if the GM wants me to do it, I specifically will not.
Right, which is why someone else should do it, so they can roll the check the GM wants you to roll.
There's nothing out over the ocean. It's just the ocean. You're 50 feet up. You could jump.
Yes.
We could check that out if you'd like.
So if I don't like the level up that badly, I can jump.
Yes.
I remember the second edition Dungeon Master's Guide. There's a passage that says your players will have an amusing propensity for falling off things.
Okay, so
Is there anywhere?
what now, guys?
Is there anywhere else to go up here? It's just to the cliff edge or the pit.
Right. That's how it looks like.
Place sucks.
If you do take some time and look out over the edge around different spots, going back towards land, you do see that the water is shallow, shallower. You can see land underneath it. And it looks like if you waited for a low tide, you could walk back.
Yeah, that's what that's what we were told.
Yep.
We could have gotten here that way, but we decided to take the underground route.
I would expect nothing different.
We are goblins, after all.
We do be goblin. Okay, well, I guess we go back downstairs, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Ordwee's not here.
None of them had a key.
None of them had keys.
Well, how did they unlock the cage?
It wasn't locked. It was just closed.
But
It was in a latch.
it had, okay.
You know what?
What?
One of my second rank spells that I can take is knock.
So we're going to sleep at the stone door.
Make sure that knock works the way that I think it does.
Effectively.
Yeah, well, sadly, we did end up taking the same tradition. In retrospect, something else that I think we've learned here is we needed to be a little bit broader. I don't think it kills it, but we should have taken different traditions.
Well, this is not exactly something we could possibly anticipate without knowing the system.
I was about to say the same thing, but hey, you say it.
So you guys clear the tent away to make your way back down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
The wind catches the tent, blows it off into the sea.
No. This is an ancient Thessalonian tent. It is of superior quality. Yes.
It's a pup tent.
It's a pop-up pop tent.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Bob is going to play some pop music in the pop-up pop tent.
Preposterous.
Anyway, it would be a waste to not have the tent over here, because then some water and dirt and whatever might fall into the trapdoor and make it even harder to open. I say we pitch the tent back up.
Okay. Yeah, let's repitch the tent.
All right. You take some time to repitch the tent.
I mean, it's seen better days.
True.
Yes.
But it's now our tent.
That's true. Did you take mending?
Yeah, but I have craft.
Oh.
So we'll sleep here. We'll sew the tent.
We can rebuild it. We have the technology.
We certainly have the technology.
We'll patch it with the cultists' cloaks.
Yes.
All right. You get the tent put back up. I assume you make your way back down the stairs, as you said.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You are at the door going into the workshop area where you had previously came from, or there's the corridor that heads back to Stonehome.
I mean, well, we're not going all the way back. That would be bad. I mean, the other staircase just goes to the Darklands, as we found out from our froggy friends. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
While they were still our froggy friends, before they became our froggy enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice pauldron, though. It was...
How's that tortoise pauldron
crap.
Looking good. What?
Don't worry about the door.
Yeah?
Which door?
Don't worry about the door.
Which door are we talking about?
The stone door. Read the spell, the cantrip that I just linked.
Yeah, I'm reading it. I just was confused as to which door we were talking about.
The stone door, the one that we're having trouble opening.
The locked door.
Yeah. Oh, wait. No, I can't burrow. No, it doesn't give me the ability to burrow. Never mind. I'm sorry.
It's extra speed if you're already burrowing.
Yeah, I know, Dimitri. I read it wrong, and then I read it right.
No, try to intimidate it.
All right. Are you guys making your way back to the stairs?
I suppose so. There was no other door that we had not opened. That was the only other place we didn't go.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to rest to try and replenish your spells. I know it sounded like you guys were out of first rank spells, and you just got second rank spells that you could prepare you rest, so I wasn't sure if you wanted to
I mean, I'm certain
do that.
Haven't had any.
Cinderspark can go for
I
days.
haven't had spells in all this time. Feeling mighty tapped out here.
That sounds like a yes on that. Move your tokens over to the stairs for you.
I mean, it's awesome, but we're still on the other map.
Not anymore.
We were there the whole time.
You were there the whole time. All right, so you make your way back through here.
One question now, as a follow-up to the spires we saw above, and I know we killed the dudes, but should we mess up with these spires some more, since I think we did it to one? Should we do that to the rest?
I think you did it to all of them.
Did we?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, if we haven't, we can go through and disable whatever we can. The only thing we did not explicitly disable is the altar. We didn't try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one thing you haven't disabled was the altar.
Should we?
Sure.
I mean, do we want to try?
That's the question.
Currently healed up.
I would like to try the locked door again. If we rest, are we going to rest first, or do we want to?
My lockpicks are still broken, so I really can't.
Say what?
My lockpicks, they're broken.
Oh crap! I forgot about that part too. Hold on.
Elsie might have lockpicks.
I also think that Precog had a repair kit left back at Elsie's.
I think so. I may have tossed it into party loot.
Oh, that was a Sterling Artisan's Toolkit, metalworking, and talismans. Never mind.
Yeah, but we got a couple of other things too.
Did you bump up your thievery by any chance?
I mean, it bumped up with everything else. I didn't train it to an expert.
Didn't make it an expert? No. Down the stairs?
I think unless we're going to try to disable the altar, I don't know what people wanted to. If you want to try that or not,
I will help you if that's what you want to do.
Why not? Sure.
Let's go
to the altar. Maybe
to the altar room.
Bob, be ready to sing it back to sleep.
So you guys did not make it all the way to the stairs. You guys came through the first set of doors and decided to stop at the altar. You hear the winding of the gears, the whirring.
Okay.
I'll let you guys place yourselves where you want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to sneak up on it, obviously, because last we checked, it was sleeping.
Yeah. A complex device made of multicolored metal that resembles a combination of grinding gears, spider-like legs, and twitching blades.
I love how Borm is all the way over there.
Didn't we need Borm's religious expertise to disrupt the connection between this thing and its Tsar Azmak?
Sure.
I like your confidence, yes.
Whoa, throwing cultists on me is rude, Ryan.
I'm moving it out of the way for myself. It's dead anyway.
Has the corpse gotten any more chewed up?
No.
Since we last seen it?
No, because it's still sleeping. It was...
All right. I will let you refresh my memory. Did Borm roll knowledge on this trap before? I don't think so.
I don't know if Borm was here when we encountered it.
Nope. He has walked past it.
No.
But
and walked past it, right? Yeah.
We told Borum what Tad told us, but I don't think Borum actually stopped to look at this thing on Borum's own.
So I think Borm would have to also roll to recall knowledge on it.
Religion.
Yeah.
It's 11 for 16 total.
11 for 16 total. Yeah, I'm going to give you a small bonus, but that's still not quite enough to get the DC on this one.
Technically, Bob is now better at religion than previously.
I was going to say, yeah, we leveled up. Can we roll about Tsar Azmak again?
Yeah, let's take care of the trap first.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right.
Let's do it.
So would you like to
how you want to do this, Brian? How you want to do this, Brian?
So you guys can roll thievery or religion on...
That'll be thievery.
You guys already know it's a trap. So thievery or religion...
Okay, I'm going to roll thievery to assist you. I am assuming you are better at this than I am.
I got a +8, but yeah.
I only have a +7.
Are you going to try to disable it? Is
Yes.
that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I mean, well, if it's a choice between my +8 in thievery or my -1 in religion, I think I'm going to go with thievery.
And I suppose I'll be aiding religion to Borm?
Can I aid as well, or is it just one? No, it's the same. It's the
same bonus. So one person, you can both roll to aid, but only one of you will be able to.
Okay. So
I got a 14.
Not
14
enough.
+7, 21.
21. That is enough to aid.
A 19 minus whatever aid.
So
it's 20.
Verkog and Cinder Spark, you guys are in there messing with some things. This gear, this little metal spider leg contraption that's walking, and you feel like you start sticking your hands in there and it starts speeding up and it's getting harder and harder on you. And then you snap this one piece and it just goes.
Hey.
I think we killed
and
it.
Everything stops moving.
Nice.
I smack you on the butt.
Ooh,
frisky.
Do we find the chalk?
Shut up.
Within the gears is some of the gears are covered in white chalk.
Would you say they're chalky?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's one loose end tied up. Good job, guys. Now we don't have to skirt the wall every time we walk through here. Bob, maybe sing it to sleep, but just in case.
I sing a soothing lullaby Bob remembers from being a child of Elder Ordui. So it's probably a disgustingly human song to your ears.
As long as there's no dogs or horses in it.
I omit a verse.
Okie dokie. Well.
All right. So you were able to defeat the trap finally.
Yay.
Only took however many episodes.
Well, we only, well, I still love that we kind of fooled ourselves into thinking we sung it to sleep.
Oh, that's totally canon. That happened. Yep.
Yeah. And we were
Have we
convinced.
explored all of these hallways?
Yes.
Yeah. The only door that we didn't go in is the locked one.
All right. You said you wanted to roll on Tsar Azmak again.
Is that also religion?
Yes.
I am continuing to improvise untrainedly, and 10 is probably not good enough.
10 is not going to be.
We really are destined to just know nothing about this guy.
Does it really matter if all we do is kill him?
I don't believe he exists.
Cults of unusual size?
Anybody else rolling on that?
Nope. Not I.
Sorry, what was it?
Religion?
Oh, yeah. I'll do that. 17 on the die for 22 total.
22 total. You've heard the name? He was a demon lord. Many years before Earthfall. He was slain during a devastating attack on the infernal city of Dis. D-I-S. But not before he and his demonic armies left many buildings in rusted ruins.
Oh, okay.
He appeared in the form of a rusted iron golem with horns and hooves.
Oh, wow. The animated armor that we fought right at the beginning, that's kind of in that vein, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, you guys are kind of piecing that together a little bit. But with a 22, that's about what I'm going to give you.
Okay.
I'll move you guys back. You guys are going to go down the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your marching order?
Who's on first?
What's on second?
The stealthiest ones I thought were going to go first.
Right, that's what we just established. Come on.
That's you and me.
What's on third?
No, what's on second?
What base are we talking about?
Acid. I'm
talking about base.
Yes.
How low can you go? Death row? What a brother no. Once again, it is the incredible rhyme animal, The incredible.
Stop moving. I'm trying to line you guys up so I can copy your tokens.
It's all about that base.
No trouble?
Who's the asshole now?
Me, definitely me. 100%. I am a chaos gremlin.
Goblin.
Yeah.
Oh, real nice.
What's wrong now?
Pausing the game and shit. Think you're so special.
Oh, I am special. I have the pause button.
You are so
You
special.
wish you had a pause button.
So very special. And I'm just
All right, you
a
guys
creep.
begin.
I'm just a weirdo. What the
All
hell
of
am
this
I
is correct.
doing
We
here?
now know what song Dimitri is doing at karaoke the next time.
I don't belong here.
All right. You guys are heading down these stairs. It is dark, deep dark.
I don't think anybody
None of
cares.
us
You
care.
can see
Dark vision.
You can see 60 feet in front of you at a time. It is about 200 feet down you guys go.
Long stairs.
Yes.
Borm has arc sight, which I believe is dark, correct?
Yeah, you have the 60 feet dark vision.
Okay, 60, cool.
You guys come down to the stairs. You see this landing at the bottom.
I mean,
This 40.
I still see a game paused
Yeah,
Still
I
see a game
still see
pause.
the
in the
previous level.
in the altar room. Yeah,
Darkness. There we go.
imprisoning me.
Darkness.
Okay, there we are, and we're still paused though.
I know.
Yeah,
That's intentional.
I want us to run all over the place.
We are not trustworthy. We
I
have
think you guys got punch drunk on me.
Well, I mean, we kept moving our tokens around on the previous levels, so the GM put us into a timeout.
This 40-foot high chamber is brightly lit by flickering flames inset into small silver-lined nooks. The carefully controlled light artfully illuminates several painted frescoes on the opposite wall. This gallery hosts finely crafted depictions of a horned and hooved giant in rusted full plate, accomplishing great tasks of utter destruction, with the last in the series showing some sort of ritual. Part of the wall in the southeast corner has caved in somewhat, but the hallways exiting the chamber to the north and south are still intact. To the west, a massive 15-foot wide iron door seals the passage beyond. Sharp spikes and blades of rusted metal cover the entire surface of the door.
Okay.
Cinderspark, you're the first one coming down, and here you were stealthing. I'm gonna roll stealth.
Is this a secret?
Yeah, I'm doing a secret.
Yeah, mine too then.
All right, Cinderspark, you're coming down first. Stealthing for Cog right behind you guys. I think you're being pretty quiet, but you hear the faint sound of like whispering in a language you don't understand, and then it stops.
Aha. Okay. Can you tell where it's coming from?
And it is coming from down the stairs.
Yeah. Well, yes.
But that is going to be initiative,
Okay.
because you guys are aware of each other.
Wonderful.
Vercog and Borm, or Vercog and Cinderspark.
Oh, should I have used stealth instead?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was actually going to tell you, I rolled your stealth. That was what was going to be your initiative, because that was coming into it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So what I'm going to do, Cinderspark, your stealth was a 8 on the die.
Okay.
Bob, what'd you get for initiative?
Am I supposed to be paying attention? That's a
No.
1 on the die. Plus 7 makes it an 8 total.
Borm?
13.
13. Cinderspark?
18.
18 for Cog.
I got a 12.
You actually got a 19.
Oh, yeah. Oh, much better. Yep, 19 for me.
But that was not enough to go first.
Oh, of course not.
Oh, hello.
This guy comes around the corner. Looks very familiar to you.
Oh, no, more forced halberds.
I don't think the halberd was the problem. It's the whole Azami biting, sickening thing.
Well,
Yes, you see another sin spawn come around the corner, with this halberd in hand.
Oh, just to be clear, in character, Bob is not calling any of them Sin Spawn. The first one was a Zombie, the rest of them are a Zombie.
That makes sense to me.
You know, it's like Band-Aid. It's no longer trademarked. It's a common name.
For the first attack, it's going to use the halberd.
Nimble dodge?
Nimble dodge. I expect nothing less from you. Natural 20.
You know what, Ryan?
Unleash the Kraken.
You know what, Ryan?
You
You
could have just said you didn't want us to level up.
I did want you to level up. I was really hoping you guys would.
So you
This it makes you
some more.
I can crit you more now.
No.
So that is going to be 20 points of critical damage from the halberd.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Then on the second attack, it is going to try to bite you.
Great.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
That is another 10 points of damage. And Sinful Bite will take a will save from you.
16.
16. Oh, you're not feeling so well. You are sickened one.
Is this a disease or poison effect?
No.
Well, then the aura doesn't apply.
That is all 3 actions. Verkog, you were the high roller for the party. What do you want to do?
Okay, let's begin with a phase bolt.
I don't like it.
Too bad. So sad. 16.
A 16 is not going to be enough.
Okay. And while I am here, I will shroud it. DC 19 will.
19 on the nose.
Okay, meets it, beats it. Okay, did my best.
All right. Cinderspark.
Finding myself sickened again, I'm going to take an action to retch. Which is a fortitude save against the same DC.
All right. And retching, is that a manipulate action?
No. You can spend a single action retching an attempt to recover. It doesn't say anything about manipulating my guts.
Okay.
21.
21 is a success.
Excellent. I reduced the sicken
Retch
value
down the stairs.
by 1. Onto the halberd. Okay. That's one action. For my next trick, I'm going to disarm him. Or at least attempt to.
Ooh.
Being as how I have a hand free.
Okay.
So it's a athletics check against his reflex DC. So, okay, well, we've gotten a 17.
17 is not enough to disarm him.
Okay, but it is not a critical failure, correct?
It is not a critical failure, no.
Wonderful. Well, for my last action, I will go back upstairs.
All right, Borm. You see Cinderspark run by you, not well after taking a couple vicious hits and then retching on the stairs beneath him.
Borm is going to move through his buddies, and he will attempt to swing with his awesome now sword, hoping for a crit. 3 on the die. Probably won't do it.
What's the total?
12.
Oh, no.
13 might, though, for 17 to hit.
A 17 is not quite enough to hit.
It's the end of Borm's turn.
All right. Bob.
Okay. Wasn't expecting to go, but I will. So, I don't actually see anything beyond me. Do I know where Cinderspark went?
I'm just above.
Yeah, he's just up the stairs. I had to move him behind the wall because of the space.
Okay, but them.
Them, yes.
But, is Cinderspark visible?
Yes.
Okay, so I could potentially cast something on Cinderspark then. So,
yes.
First things first, though, I believe you guys might benefit from a Courageous Anthem, so I'm going to put that up.
Oh, Ryan, you want to put me back on the stairs because just so I'm visible? Yeah, there we go.
All right, and now I am going to attempt to target the token and then cast Hymn of Healing. So you've got Fast Healing 2 and 2 temporary hit points that last for 1 round. at this moment. Wait, hold on.
Great.
That's right, because this is automatically heightened. We are level 3, so this goes up to rank 2 automatically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you got 4 temp HP, and you will recover 4 real hit points on your turn. That is, unfortunately, all my actions. I'm done.
All right. Back to the top of the round. Round 2. This envy spawn is going to use the halberd on Borm. Ooh, that's a good roll. 27 to hit.
Is it?
15 points of damage. Excuse me. That was wrong. That is 9 points of damage. I don't know where I got 15. I was adding my to hit. 9 points of damage.
I'd like to use my action to command him to kneel.
He is naturally going to refuse.
3 points of mental damage.
3 points of mental damage, and you don't think that anything happened.
So at this point, our cantrips, if they are heightened 1, we get that effect,
Yes,
but not heightened 2.
correct.
Fabulous. Good to know.
With my second action, I'm going to also try to bite. I assume a 14 does not hit Borm.
Does not.
All right, and with my third action, he is going to move behind this wall. Vercog,
Fabulous. We're gonna run it again.
what are you going to run again?
Guy ain't there.
Space bolt.
He moved.
Oh shit, he did. What I get for not paying close enough attention. 5, 10, 15. Oh, you motherfucker.
Vercog goes to the south, and sees an envy spawn tucked in the corner.
Yep, I'm gonna move there. So that's one action. And the envy spawn here is gonna catch phase bolt. Okay, that will be a 22.
22, and the phase bolt is a hit.
Okay, this should be, 4d4. Okay, he takes 14 points of damage.
That's piercing.
Yes.
I think that all went through. That's a move and a 2-action spell.
Yep.
And he moves in initiative because he had a readied action.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
he moves up to Vercog. Going to take a swing with his halberd.
Hold on. You said we could only ready a single action.
This guy was not readying an action.
You just
He was
said
delaying.
Okay. You said you used ready.
not what
He
you
moves in initiative.
but that's not what you said.
Oh, that's
Just
what I meant to say. Sorry.
Understood. Just saying that's not what you said. Okay.
Clear.
Cool.
Yep. Sorry. That is a 14 to hit.
It misses.
It misses. And then it is going to try to bite at you.
Okay.
Also misses with a 8.
Love that for us.
Yeah. Went cold. Cinderspark.
That's me.
You received 4 points of fast healing.
Yep. Wonderful. I feel it's not fast enough, so I'm going to pull out a healing potion and drink it. Which I believe is going to be 2 actions, correct?
Mm.
Yes. Pull it out and drink it. Yes.
So, the thing, roll the thing, fly the thing. Good thing. Okay. And then...
I love that.
And then...
And how much healing did you take?
12 healing, not including the fast healing. Let's see. Let's move. Back down the stairs. Oh, goody. Hi. I think that's about it then.
All right. You move down the stairs in front of Borm.
Mm-hmm.
You are into the room. You see the guy there with Vercog. Right next to you, you see a guy also behind the wall of the stairs just north. Borm. The only one you can see is the one facing off with Vercog.
Borm will step out, and he now sees both people, but since we're having a bit of a party and Vercog is in danger, he will attack the Sin Spawn in front of him. It's going to be a 16 on the die for 26 total.
Yeah, buddy.
26 is a hit, but not a crit.
That'll be 20 points of damage.
Woo!
Is that with the runic weapon still?
That is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think that would have came off.
Yeah, it's only a minute, dude.
So
Sorry.
I can just take off the second die.
Well, it's still striking. You said striking comes off after a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the runic.
Gotcha. Great. So feel free to take the 11 on the D12. All right, so it's 11 plus 4, 15 points of damage.
That's still pretty great, dude.
Yeah. He's still standing, but he's in rough shape.
The second will be an 18 to hit for 23.
Ooh.
Describe your kill.
Yeah, buddy.
He attempts to take his unarmored portion and slams him in the jaw. That's the end of Borm's turn.
Right. Awesome. Borm is still wrecking shit. This is why nobody likes paladins, right?
No,
I see no
paladins. Exactly.
Bob.
We have filed some serial numbers off of this one. It is a champion. A non-denominational holy warrior. Action 1 is to sustain the Hymn of Healing on Cinderspark. Action 2 is to cast Courageous Anthem again. Action 3 is there are no valid targets. So just walk down the stairs wondering what the hell's going on. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. 4. I think that's as far as I want to go. So I'm going to end my turn there, having stepped into the corpse space.
Okay. That brings us back up to the top of round 3. This guy is going to step in front of Cinderspark. He's going to take a strike at Cinderspark with the halberd.
Go for broke.
Natural 2.
Love that.
It is now going to try to bite Cinderspark.
Nimble dodge.
Nimbly dodging. 16.
Yeah. Don't you bite?
That is my 3 actions.
Bite these
for
nuts.
Cog.
Oh Lord, that guy around the corner. Yeah, we're gonna phase bolt him again. I don't know what your cover situation is here, but the number is reduced by 2 because of phase.
Okay.
So you'll deal with the modifiers.
Yep.
Fabulous. I love that. 26, not a crit, but still probably a hit.
Yes, that is a hit.
Ooh, 44 plus 1. This is 8. 8 on
44, 8?
Yeah.
That's average.
Yeah, but I was hoping for better. 2 1s, a 2, and a 3. And the plus 1 for Courageous Anthem, because Bob is the MVP. That's 2. Yeah. Take a Shroud of Night and like it. DC 19 will.
DC 19 will. Natural 20.
It wasn't an attack.
Get him out right on the saves. All right. 3 actions.
Yeah, buddy.
Cinderspark.
Okie dokie day. We are going to use Underhanded Assault.
Tell us about Underhanded Assault.
Underhanded Assault has 2 actions, so you capitalize on the distraction provided by an ally. You sneak up to a foe adjacent to one of your allies. You can roll against the foe you're sneaking up on, even if it's currently observing you as though you were hidden. You take a -2 penalty on the stealth check. And if the stealth check against the chosen foe succeeds, you can make a melee strike against that foe at the end of your sneak. So I'm going to be moving pretty much just over there. Roll on my sneak. And again, which is a -2 penalty, which I can put in the thing. Go. And we got 21.
21 is a success.
Wonderful. Then I will make my strike, and being hidden, you will be off guard.
I love that for you.
Well, this is a neat ability.
Yeah. 26.
26 is... You said it's off guard, right?
Sure.
That is a critical hit.
Ooh.
Well then, would you like to take 22 points of damage?
I would not like to take 22 points of damage because you get to describe your kill.
So the Cinspawn, looking entirely at Borm, is not noticing Cinderspark slip between it and the wall, and then conveniently stab it in the kidney.
Man, level 3's working out nice for you guys.
Yeah. I got to tell you, the heightened thing is really nice for my attack spells. Like every single one of my attack cantrips is heightened 1. Like Needle Darts is, instead of 3d4, it's going to be 4d4. And with a crit, it's now 3 points of bleed, not 2 points of bleed.
Love it.
Bob is going to sustain the Hymn of Healing for another 2 rounds. So Cinderspark can get another 8 hit points in addition to the 4 that should have happened at the start of this round.
So
All right.
plus 12.
You guys are in this room. You just defeated the Sin Spawn. You're taking, doing the Hymn of Healing, finishing out for the next 12 seconds. There's the large double doors to the west.
Mm-hmm.
From where you're at, you can see there is a door to the north, and there is a passageway mostly obstructed by rubble.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do we take the obvious exits, or do we go fucking around with the rubble?
Why haven't we looted the Sin Spawn automatically?
All he has is halberds, and we don't want them.
Yeah. I assumed you guys did not want the halberds. There's no keys or anything else.
Yeah, damn it.
All right, Ryan, I just want to make it absolutely clear. I'm going to keep killing things until I find a key.
It's got to be here somewhere.
Who's got it? Who's got it?
Oh, man, what if we finally find Ordwy and Ordwy has the key?
She might.
Well, we can... You said this big double door thing has like a bunch of like rusty accoutrements around it.
Yeah, it's kind of a spiked door.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen at that one. maybe go listen at the other door that's not so intimidating.
You hear tetanus.
Yeah.
You listen at that door. It is quiet.
Okay. Well, again, choices. If we want to go through the door or we want to go through the rubble, we have no idea what's in it, really anywhere.
Have we looked at the rubble? Does it look passable?
Yes, it looks passable.
I mean, is it passable for goblins or Borm too?
Everybody could pass through.
Okay.
Sounds good.
It is difficult terrain, but yes.
We wouldn't be us if we took the doors and we left the rubble in the passage that just goes to somewhere else. So we should probably do that
It's
first.
right there. The rubble is right there. If somebody collapsed this passage on purpose, they didn't want us in there. Therefore, we should go there.
That's a good point.
All right. So you make your way into the rubble?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right.
At least the two of us do. I don't know about
Go
you.
ahead and walk in there.
But I said stealthily. I'm going to sneak over.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wait, there we go. Oh my God. Why is it not lined up on the grid?
A short winding tunnel, ancient and artificial, leads to a natural pocket in the stone. A large number of what appear to be ruined pieces of furniture lie in heaps along the northern side of the cave, and what appears to be a nest has been built in the middle of the mess. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
It's probably a dog nest.
Thank you for listening to Dour Gnome Adventures. If you enjoyed our show, check out our website, dourgnomeproductions.com, for links to our social media and Discord community. Also, don't forget to leave us a review on your podcast app of choice and share us with your friends who might enjoy our show. New episodes drop every Monday. Dour Gnome Productions uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Dour Gnome Productions is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. We are playing through the Pathfinder adventure Rusthenge by Vanessa Hoskins. Music and sound effects for this podcast by Michael Ghelfi Studios, Flip Melvin, and Kevin MacLeod. Dour Gnome Adventures is the property of Dour Gnome Productions.